Good afternoon from Anglia News. A soldier from the Norfolk-based Light Dragoons who was killed in Afghanistan has been named as Lance Corporal David Dennis. He was killed in an explosion in the Helmand province on Saturday. Well, Malcolm Robertson is at the barracks for us in Swanton Morley this lunchtime. Malcolm.
Well, the mood here today, Jonathan, is understandably very sombre. This was the second soldier from the Light Dragoons who have been killed in Afghanistan in the past 5 weeks. You can probably see behind me the flowers that have been laid at the gates of the barracks today in memory of this latest fallen soldier. His name has been revealed in the past hour. It's Lance Corporal David Dennis. Everyone knew him as Duke. He was 29 years old and he came from South Wales. Now, the commanding officer of the Light Dragoons battle group said Duke loved being in the regiment and the regiment celebrated this popular, genuine and heartfelt soldier. Now, among those looking at the flowers that have been laid at the scene today was his fiancée, who apparently is absolutely shattered by this, and they were to have married as soon as he was returning from Afghanistan. Now, he was a member of a large Light Dragoons group who were involved in a major offensive in Afghanistan against the Taliban. He was on foot, he was killed by an explosive device, and he was one of 3 British soldiers who were killed over the weekend, bringing the total number of British casualties in Afghanistan since 2001 to 174.
And Malcolm, the Light Dragoons have suffered, haven't they, in recent times as well?
Yes, that's right. Just 5 weeks ago was the death of another Lance Corporal from the Light Dragoons. He was Nigel Moffat, and apparently he and David Dennis were very close friends, and Nigel Moffat's death had a profound effect on David Dennis. And I thought one of the most heartfelt tributes today came from one of David Dennis's friends, who said that he was an absolute rock, the kind of guy who would light up the dullest room. So clearly he was a very popular and much-loved figure.
Malcolm Robertson in Swanton Morley, thank you for that. In other news, new photographs have been released that show the great train robber Ronnie Biggs lying bare-chested in his bed at the Norfolk and Norwich hospital. Well, last week the Justice Secretary, Jack Straw, refused his parole, saying he was wholly unrepentant about his crimes. The pictures show Biggs looking frail with his arms heavily bandaged. They were released by Biggs's legal team in a letter to the House of Commons asking them to support his bid for parole.